position as well.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for highlighting my being a non-member of this committee. But
I
nonetheless,
highlighted also that
I have
you
every
have
right
the
to speak.
privilege to manifest your position.
Thank you po.
Because that is according to our rules, Honorable Marcoleta.
Including the highlighting of being a non-member. Kasama po yun.
The rule that non-members cannot raise a motion and cannot vote, but they
Opo.
can manifest. And that is observed in all committees in the House of
Madam Chair, I
Representatives.
did not say that I'm about to make a motion. Wala naman po akong sinabi. Anyway, ma'am, magandang hapon po sa
Madam
sa,
Chair,
sa
Madam
committee
Chair,
na ito.
Madam Chair.
Is that a point of order?
Yes, not really the point of order. I just would like to find out if he is a she or a he because you have been mentioning her.
Point of order, Madam Chair. Let's allow Congressman Marcoleta to proceed.
All right. Honorable Marcoleta is recognized. You may proceed.
Madam Chair,
Gusto
I
ko
just
bang-
would like to make it clear.
He
Madam
is
Chair,
he. He is
The
he.
point
I
of
stand
order is
corrected.
not in order, Madam Chair, because I just want to make, because you said twice her.
All right.
So I
I'm
would like to
addressing
find out
him.
if she is a she or a he.
Madam
is
Chair, make a ruling and allow Congressman Marcoleta to proceed.
As a response to
proceed,
the
to-
Honorable Abante, we are addressing now Honorable Marcoleta as he, him, his, and the chair therefore stands corrected. You may proceed, Honorable Marcoleta.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you for that clarification, Bishop Benny Abante. Ewan ko kung is that germane to this hearing. Anyway, magandang araw po, ginang Madam Chair at sa mga kapita-pitagang miyembro ng committee na ito. Marahil ay inaasahan nyo na ako po ay magbibigay ng manifestasyon para tutulan ang pagbubukas ng box na yan mula sa BIR. Ang katunayan po, ako po'y hindi tututol. You may go ahead and open it all you want. Sabi nga ni Madam Chair, hawak niya ang beat. Sino ba naman ako para pigilan ito? Sabi nga ng kanta, huwag mong bibitawan. Huwag niyo nang bitawan yung box. So I dare the committee to open the box, but with a caveat, siguraduhin niyo po na hindi kayo nakalalabag sa batas. At sinabi rin po ni Popoy sa pelikula, I deserve an explanation. I deserve an acceptable reason. Siguraduhin niyo po na kung bubuksan niyo yan, mayroon po kayong acceptable reason na naayon sa batas. At ako po ay kaisa niyo rin sa komite na ito sa paghahanap ng katotohanan. Pero sa ating paghahanap at pagsasiliksik ng katotohanan, siguraduhin po natin na tayo po ay hindi nakalalabag sa ating mga batas. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair.
Congressman Paulo Marcoleta is recognized.
Thank you sa napakabait kong ninang D.S. Garin at sa ating Madam Chair. Just a manifestation on the video that was played earlier. I'm referring to the video which is the bone of contention, the very basis of why there was an alleged threat to the life of the President. Yung pong nagsasalita si Vice President Sara Duterte dun sa isang kwarto na madilim. Opo. And I have a copy of a more complete video. And I can say that the video was spliced and edited out. Meron pong mga tanong doon that led to the Vice President's response. If I may read, Madam Chair, ito po yung tinanong ng isang vlogger by the name of Princess Maui regarding Project Romanov. Baka po totoo yung sinasabi nila or naririnig namin na may Operation Romanov sa inyo na balak kayong ubusin. Bago po niya binanggit yon ni Sara Duterte, meron pong nagtanong sa kanya na vlogger about it was a concern about the threat on her life. So, ang Project Romanov ay hindi talaga para magplano na sa buhay ng ating Pangulo, kundi initially para ubusin ang mga Duterte. Base dito sa tunong ni Princess Maui. And I have a copy of the more complete video, Madam Chair, if you so desire to be furnished the copy of the video. And if I may add, Madam Chair, the statements made by Sara Duterte is mere political hyperbole rather than a true threat. Philippine courts have historically protected harsh, even offensive political rhetoric when it lacks a specific imminent call to lawless action. Impeachment cannot rest on rhetorical severity alone. Impeachment requires a disciplined inquiry into proof, intent, context, and official misuse of power. The statement was conditional on her own alleged killing, was later explained as an expression of concern for her security, and remains the subject of an unresolved criminal and investigative process. Sinabi nga po ni VP Inday Sara na siya mismo ang nagsabi that the remark was a plan without flesh and that the condition was her own death first based on the Al Jazeera interview dated 26 of November 2024. Unless the House can prove that the Vice President made a serious operational instruction to an identifiable person or used her office to advance such plan, the allegation is better treated as a matter for criminal investigation and political censure, not as a self-executing basis for removal from office. And if I may end this manifestation, Madam Chair, based on the fourth verified complaint itself, the allegation arises from a statement made during a press briefing framed as a conditional and dependent on a hypothetical scenario. With due respect, this raises a threshold issue. At this stage, the committee is not determining criminal liability. It is determining whether the complaint alleges sufficient grounds based on its contents. A statement standing alone without an overt act, without corroboration, and without evidence of execution remains an allegation. And Madam Chair, habang pinapanood po natin ang mga video ni BP Sara, ang Pangulo ay nananatiling buhay na buhay, alive and kicking, at nakakapag-jumping jacks pa. So, buhay na buhay po ang ating Pangulo at malusog. Maraming salamat po.
Your
Madam Chair,
manifestation is noted. The Honorable Joel
maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Kailanman hindi ko po questionin ang mga legal opinion ng ating mga abogado dito sapagkat hindi naman ako abogado. Subalit, kahit po ako hindi abogado, hindi ako masyado nakatulog kagabi kasi pinag-aralan ko ito kung bubuksan o hindi. Anyway, nakaharap tayo ngayon sa isang mabigat na desisyon. Isang usapin na hindi lamang susukat sa ating galing sa batas, kundi pati na rin sa ating prinsipyo at integridad. Sa harap natin, andyan po yung mga income tax returns ni Vice President Sara Duterte at na kanyang asawang si Atty. Manscarpio. It is a literal and figurative, eka nga, Pandora's box na nasa pangangalaga ng House Committee on Justice. Napakasimple po ng question. Dapat ba nating buksan ang kahon na ito? Sinabi po sa Biblia, sa Luke 12:2, akin pong babanggitin sa wikang Tagalog, walang natatago na hindi mahayag at walang lihim na hindi malalaman. Naniniwala tayo sa transparency. Naniniwala tayo sa accountability. Ngunit bilang mga mambabatas, kailangan din nating maniwala sa tinatawag nating prudence o sa wikang Tagalog, tamang pagpapasya. Hindi po yung galing sa batas, kundi prudence. Mayroon tayong tinatawag na, power of the subpoena at ang power of the purse. Sabi nga ng ilan, ang kapangyarihan ng Kongreso ay nasa itaas ng tinatawag nating legal food chain. Pero tandaan po natin, just because we can do something does not mean we should. Ulitin ko ho. Just because we can do something does not mean we should. Bakit po ako nag-aalangan? Unang-una, sa aking pag-aaral, privacy and the law. Meron tayong Section 270 ng NIRC na nagbibigay proteksyon sa confidentiality ng mga taxpayers. Yan ang una. Pangalawa, private rights. Kasama sa usapin si Attorney Manscarpio, isang private citizen na may karapatan sa data privacy. Hindi po siya rito ang ating tinutugis bilang merong impeachable offense. Number 3, process over politics. Ang trabaho ng House ay tukuyin lamang ang probable cause. Kung may usok ba sa likod ng apoy. Ang pagtitimbang ng ebidensya at ang pagbubukas ng mga selyadong dokumento ay mas nararapat na gawin sa Senate sitting as an impeachment court. At wala po akong pasubali, Madam Chair, na ito ay papasa sa plenary at pupunta sa impeachment court sa Senado. Bakit kinakailangan tayo magmadali? Sa Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1, sinasabi, sa wikang Tagalog, babanggitin ko uli, sa bawat bagay ay may kapanahunan at panahon sa bawat layunin sa silong ng langit. Ang paninindigan natin ay ito, sa akin, kapasyahan. Keep it sealed right now. Hayaan natin ang Senado ang magbukas nito bilang bahagi ng impeachment trial para buksan ang katotohanan sa tamang panahon ng paglilitis. Huwag natin pangunahan ang proseso para sa kapakanan ng ating legal system at ng ating bansa. Madam Chair, at mga kaibigan ko dito sa Committee on Justice, hindi mo mas maganda na may suspense, eka nga. Di ba? Nasuri na natin ang impeachment complaints at mga nakalakip na ebidensya. At naniniwala ako, if every congressman will just appreciate the pieces of evidence that has been talked about in this committee, hindi po malabo na ito ay magtagumpay sa plenaryo at makarating sa impeachment court. Ihain na natin, ang articles of impeachment sa Senado nang may paggalang sa batas at takot sa Diyos. Tinimbang na natin at sapat na para sa probable cause. Dito po sa Committee on Justice, tinimbang natin si Vice President Sara at nakita natin ang laki ng kanyang pagkukulang. Probable cause. Madam Chair, my dear colleagues, kaya po yan po ang aking stand. Sana po ay isuspense na lang natin ito at hayaan natin ang impeachment court ang magbukas nito. Maraming salamat po. At